Okay, example 1. Solve the system 6x minus y equals 5 and xy equals 4. What we have here is, again, a nonlinear system of equations. You can recognize this as such because x is being multiplied by y. That causes curvature. Anytime x's and y's are being added with no powers, you get lines. But as soon as you multiply x's and y's, or you square x's and y's, it causes curvature. In order to solve this, since the variable types don't match, we have x's and y's and xy's, we can't use elimination, we have to use substitution. The substitution I would do here is move this y over here and the 5 over there, making 6x minus 5 equals y. And once I know what y equals in terms of x, I can come down here to this y and change it into this expression. Replacing a single object with multiple objects, so parentheses will be required. So x is going to be multiplied by the replacement for y, which is 6x minus 5, which equals 4. Once we do the substitution, now we've got ourselves an equation all about x. So then I go ahead and distribute to simplify. That gives me 6x squared minus 5x. I see it's quadratic structure on this side, so moving the 4 to the other side makes sense. So everything equals 0. And I left myself with a quadratic equation, 6x squared minus 5x minus 4 equals 0. When I see a quadratic equation equal to 0, I'm thinking factoring first. If it looks easy, doesn't look easy, so I then move on to the quadratic formula. Quadratic formula, a is 6, b is negative 5, and c is negative 4. And we're finding x in this case, which equals that structure there. And the 3 pieces of quadratic formula are the opposite of b. b is negative 5, so the opposite would be positive 5. On the bottom, 2 times a is 6, 2 times a is going to be 12. Oh, that's too big. Put a straight mark there, don't I? Apparently I'm not supposed to be able to fix that straight mark here, I'll just do that. There we go. Alright. So the minus b and the 2a, again, very easy. The b squared minus 4ac, not as easy to do mentally. So if I just b squared minus 4ac over here, b squared is going to be positive 25. Remember, b squared is always positive. Minus 4 times a, which is positive 6c, which is negative 4. Alright. And 2 negatives make a positive. 4 times 6 is 24 times 4 is 96. And 25 and 96 make 121. And this will probably be done on a scratch sheet of paper, honestly. So let's just pretend it's not there. We did it on a scratch sheet of paper. We transferred all our stuff over. So this is what my paper would look like to this point on this problem. Maybe I have the problem written down. Maybe I got this written here, and then I've gotten here. And something that I've noticed in some people's homework is we're not writing the x equals on this. Whatever letter is in the problem is what needs to go there. Make sure you're identifying that. Don't abandon your variables in your work. In this case, 121 has an exact square root, so we can do that. So if I finish this out, the square root of 121 is 11. Plus or minus means to add and subtract, so 5 plus 11 on top is 16 over 12. And 5 minus 11 is going to be negative 6 over 12. And that reduces, of course, to 4/3 and negative a half. Right. Once we know the values of x, that's ordered pairs. We got 2 x's that work. We have to find y. For each x, I find y using this expression up here. So x equals 4/3. So y is equal to 6 times 4/3 minus 5. If I do that, 6 divided by 3 is 2 times 4 is 8. 8 minus 5 equals 3. So x equals 4/3 in led to y equals 3 out. So we get an ordered pair like that. The second ordered pair, x equals negative a half, y equals this. So y equals 6 times the x value we found minus 5. So y is equal to half of 6, which is 3, negative. So negative 3 minus 5, which equals negative 8. Negative 1/2 went in. Negative 8 came out. And those are my answers. Alright, that's the technique for doing this. That's how much work is required to do this. If it's not a numbered problem and you wrote no work whatsoever, give me 2 answers like that, you're wasting my time. And again, it's getting to be frustrating for me that you guys are still continuing to do this. The back of the book is not taking the class you are. That's what your work should look like. Quit being lazy, do what you're supposed to do. Alright?